What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Have another video here for you guys. We're going to take a look at the market. Something just doesn't look right here, and it makes me think something, so I'll share that with you guys. There was a listing on a swap. Just gonna make a quick mention on that. And as I was mentioning yesterday, we're going to take a look at the BasedAI white paper. And I think there's some things that we're going to revisit there that I think are gonna be, maybe they'll start making a little bit more sense, and some exciting ideas that I think I was able to extract out of that section from the white paper. So let's get to it, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you find any value in what we're sharing here, maybe it does help in your own homework that you're doing with these two projects in particular. So let's get to it. All right. So first thing, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin here is pumping. Okay. Over $68,000. Same thing with Solana. Solana has been killing it last 7 days, man. Whew, almost 19%. And maybe that's why some of these other things are moving. Okay, but practically everything is in the green, guys. It doesn't matter if it's its own layer, if it's ETH based, okay, like here, if it's Solana based, like here. Almost everything is in the green. Nero just barely turned green here. And let's see where Pepecoin is at. And this is what I wanted to talk about. This right here, extremely interesting, guys. How in the world is everything else, moving in the green, but not Pepecoin? I know my whole biased thing, right, is that, well, I'm going to try to make sense out of this. Before the burn, Pepecoin would run pretty much just as hard as Turbo. I mean, Turbo and Pepecoin were pretty much just, they would switch. Like either the one would be on top, the next day the other one would be on top, and so on and so forth. But since then, Turbo took off, okay, and practically has left Pepecoin in the dust back here. And I don't know, I am thinking very, very, very hard that there's got to be a massive amount of manipulation suppressing this price, like hardcore. Interesting, this is pretty much, I remember maybe like 2 videos ago or something like that, I was telling you guys around this price is where like pretty much the floor was sitting at from back in August. And so that's where it's kind of like been trading at for some time now. And it just leads me to believe that whoever is suppressing this is just trying to squeeze as many people as possible out of here. There is no way whatsoever that any other tokens, okay, any of these other memes, anything from here on up, none of them are as good as Pepecoin. None of them. Again, yes, I'm in my bias. It's my second biggest bag. But if you think about it, the tokenomics, the utility of Pepecoin, pretty much everything that Pepecoin is doing in unison with BasedAI, there's no way that should be worth only 204 million. And then you have Popcat over here just continuing to run like crazy. And this thing is a $1.5 billion market cap. Zero use here, okay? Zero use whatsoever. It does really nothing for the people, but I get it. The most important thing that it does for people is price goes up. That's the only use case here for Popcat and pretty much most of the meme tokens, right? And so it's really interesting that it's just been stuck around between 170-ish to like 178 or something like that. I do believe that there is potentially a bit of manipulation here. There's just no way that most of the other stuff are running at Pepecoin. Michi here. There's very few guys in comparison to this Retardio, Sudang. And I wonder, just me putting my little tinfoil hat. I wonder if these are the ones that are being suppressed now. I wonder if they're going to be the ones that are going to explode later on once the big guns take their money out of these other tokens. I wonder if they'll put it into these other ones. I am not entirely sure. It would be nice to see a massive inflow of money into Pepecoin, but this just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Zero cents. So I do expect that Pepecoin sooner than later is going to play catch up, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be around the turbo market cap, kind of where it was before. I wonder if Pepecoin will do a massive like 300% in a very short time to just play catch up. So I don't see that far-fetched, because Pepecoin, it is extremely oversold, like very, very oversold. And so yeah, that's my opinion on that. Let's take a look at the burn here. Again, 8.27 to 8.42. Somebody today burned. Let's see if it shows it here. 6 hours ago. Look at this. 201 Pepecoins got burned 6 hours ago. A complete super Chad went ahead and did this. That's crazy. That's over $300,000. I don't know. But there is something this person knows, and a lot of other people know, that we don't, guys. And they're like really, really, really stacking up those brain credits. I mean, for me, this is difficult for me because look at that, $342,000 worth of Pepecoin. So hard for me because I still think that Pepecoin is gonna be the number one winner, but I could be wrong. I'm not saying BasedAI it's gonna be a loser. Far from it. BasedAI is gonna do fantastic, especially after we talk about the white paper and that. There was this listing going to be today. This Houdiniswap is listing a Pepecoin here alongside GigaChat, and so I was kind of reading up, as I've never heard of this Houdiniswap, and so I was reading a little bit on it, and it's just saying that it's a sophisticated technological framework designed to optimize and secure your crypto transactions. And so basically the main purpose of this is to be able to transact in a very private way, almost like Monero type, and yeah, you can swap from one network to another. This is cool. I mean, it's just another way to make Pepecoin available for, other people. So this is pretty cool. We'll take it. This is a good W. So good for Pepecoins. And if they are doing Pepecoins, I just think that it's just a matter of time before they also list BasedAI. So got that. And now let's get to the white paper, emergent capabilities and optimization. Ooh, that is so cool. Okay, so I went back to check this TFT enforcer. It's kind of cool that now at least we can kind of put a picture to the TFT enforcer. Not that all of them are going to be the same. There's not just going to be one, but the TFT enforcer, as we already know, is an AI model. It says that peers use outputs from other peers, TFT enforcers. So what's happening here is you have these AI models and they are working together. They learn from each other. They learn from the surrounding. They learn from the data that they are exposed to. And all this that we're going to talk about here, I don't know, maybe it'll jog some of your memories as to who was it? One of the devs in that one spaces that they did, I think it was a Friday night. Which one was it? Was it Secret Dev? Right? It was one of them. And they said that there is this AI model probably an enforcer that is learning a whole bunch and it's just learning on its own, grabbing whatever information it's getting from all the sources that is being fed. And so practically it's just teaching itself more about whatever it is that it's learning particularly. And I think that's what these TFT enforcers actually do. Just like the Guardian here. Let's see if we can find the Guardian so that we can. This guy right here is just going to be learning, and man, what a source to actually learn. I mean, getting all this information from Twitter. Okay, very. This thing is it's gonna learn very fast and with a lot of information. So each peer takes data, okay, from other peers, from other enforcers, and use that data to learn, which is what I was telling you guys. Is if I'm like, let's say for example, I learned something about TFT and I'm showing it to you guys. It's almost the same way that these enforcers are just teaching each other. These models are teaching each other in the same way. It's like, hey, bro, like I just learned this new thing and I'm gonna share it with you. And the other one is like, yeah, and I also learned this other stuff. So they're all teaching each other whatever data it is that they have. They also track how important each contribution, okay, is from each enforcer, and the way that they track the importance is by assigning a certain weight. I guess with the better the information, the higher the weight. The worse the information, the lower the weight. And this is one way that the TFT enforcer is going to be critical down the road when we talk about rewards and that thing, because it's going to be used a lot, not in the first year, but I think years 2 to 4 is, I think after year 2 is when we're going to start seeing more of the TFT's involvement in the reward mechanism. So the weight are stored in a digital ledger in a blockchain, which is probably going to be Solana, right? Kind of like what we saw that the enforcer, the Guardian, is using the Solana network. Maybe it'll be there. And a score is used to figure out how much each peer helps reduce confusion and randomness in the system. So there's different things that are being used here, all these different variables to be able to determine a better, fair system, to be able to understand if what each AI model is actually contributing something good or something bad, I guess you could say, something that that will help the system spit out or share the right information rather than something that's not. Okay, so you got that. To stop peers from cheating, okay, by voting only for themselves, there's an incentive function that controls rewards. This function makes sure that only peers who collaborate properly and don't try to trick the system get rewarded. Okay, so then they have like other variables too that they use to try to go ahead and prevent cheating to happen in the system. Here, to ensure fairness, a sigmoid function is used to control rewards, giving more to peers who contribute meaningfully and penalizing those who aren't trusted by others. Very interesting that once again, these models are going to get to a point where they will build trust or not trust other ones, depending on whatever information the particular model is, contributing to the network. And what else? So this sigmoid function, I had to find out like what is this, and it's a mathematical function. This is what turns any numbers, any input or whatever, into a 0 or 1, right? Because computers, that's their language, the 0 and 1. What this does is, in this particular context, because I think somewhere here where it talks about the sigmoid function. But anyway, so practically what it does in this particular case is that it helps to scale rewards in a gradual, controlled way, giving more rewards to trusted peers and reducing rewards for less trusted ones. Very, very important, the sigmoid function, because this is what's going to determine which brains, let's say, for example, are actually working better, more efficient, are actually contributing in an important way and in a significant way to the ecosystem versus other ones that are just maybe slacking or not really contributing in any way, shape, or form, or contributing very, very little. Very, very cool stuff. And so here's the thing, right? So the transition period for the TFT enforcer. So during the first 2 years, the weighing factor is 0, meaning that TFT predictions do not influence incentives. In the beginning, they are not going to influence incentives. And they're just going to be sitting on the sideline, just learning, grabbing as much information as possible. And then over the next 2 years, years 2 to 4, linearly increases until it reaches 90%, reflecting growing confidence in TFT accuracy after 4 years, okay, which will equal 1, fully integrating TFT predictions into incentive calculations. And so ultimately that point, okay, after the 4 years is for the TFT enforcers, okay, to just pretty much take over the rewards, and they will be able, if everything goes as it should, they will be able to, as I say down here, dynamically reward brains through its mechanisms. Okay, so they will be able to give brains A, B, and C whatever percentages they each deserve according to whatever information it has. And so that would be pretty cool. There, what's saying here, this gradual approach is talking about how they're gonna roll the TFT little by little. Okay, it's not gonna be boom right from the get. The enforcer is gonna be the one distributing. No, it's gonna be very little. Slowly, until eventually these enforcers could be completely trusted into, hey, they are making the right predictions and into these incentive calculations. So that's what these predictions are for, the TFT predictions into incentive calculations. Okay, and here it's also saying Base Labs intends to deploy another version of the TFT enforcer in brain number 2, incorporating further optimizations. I'm not entirely sure if this TFT enforcer here in brain number 2, I wonder if this is our guy here, this guardian. I wonder if it's this here. It would be that would be pretty cool. But it may be that, or maybe this other enforcer is going to be something totally different, and this was, the purpose for this other one here is for something entirely different. Maybe this one here is to keep us updated with, whatever is happening in the base network. And so maybe this one, it's going to be something else, but wouldn't be surprised if this is that one. And ultimately, I was looking at all this, and then I got to this part here, the phase integration of TFTs into the BasedAI network, rewarding basic effectively. So this is one of the things, right? To be able to reward, however amount, as I was saying before, and implementing a sophisticated dynamic credit distribution system of trust, which is also what we were talking about. This is going to be critical in these models to be able to trust each other, and that they are, the output that they are giving is actually good and valid, and they're not trying to just manipulate the system or whatever, or cheat. All of this, as this is happening, this whole system here that we're reading in this paragraph, it's just, this is the learning Okay, the learning of these systems and using this credit distribution to assist in that, so it could be a what's it called, as an incentive. And this is gonna have to do with miners and validators as well. There's got to be some rewards into getting this done so that these models can actually be trustworthy in whatever data they're actually giving out ultimately. Base AI becomes an intelligent system with emergent capabilities and optimization. And this is what call my thing about this video, and this is what I titled it. Base AI becomes an intelligent system. If we are seeing if we're seeing AI agents making memes, and we have other AI agents shilling these memes, what stops base AI from becoming so intelligent to be able to make this ecosystem of base AI like almost like a supercomputer type of thing, like super intelligence? Like and that's what this right here kind of where it took me, this emergent capabilities. This means just being able to learn a lot more things that will continue to make base AI be a leader, or the leader in the space, becoming better and better and understanding more, and all these things that are gonna come with these models learning and just completely getting better at, the speed of light, probably. It really makes you wonder, what's gonna be the limit for base AI. This project has a lot to promise, guys. A lot. And yeah, maybe that's one of the reasons also. I don't know. I mean, I would, that's not completely far-fetched. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Pepecoin is trading so low and it's still being suppressed. Maybe there are people that are still trying to get cheap Pepecoin to be able to get those credits at cheaper prices, because once Pepecoin continues to go up, man, the price of these brain credits is gonna go crazy, crazy. And talking about that, let's see. So in the open market, if you trade 1,000 Pepecoins, you will get almost 17 B creds. If you do it through the burning way, it's getting closer, almost 15 credits if you go the burn route. They're getting close. Oh, look at this, I got 1.3 credits here. I gotta get some more. I got some other ones. The rest of my B creds are actually they're staking right now. Just gotta add some more. Okay, and so there's that. And yeah, so this is very, very, very interesting here with where base AI is aiming to get, and is aiming to get to that point where, that one dev is pretty much just saying, hey, listen, this is not like ChatGPT where, you could just sit there and ChatGPT is gonna do the things for you. No, you have to tell ChatGPT to do something. With what they're creating here, the model itself, it's just going to be boom, 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 going, learning. These guys are thinking some crazy stuff. This is almost like a sci-fi technology here. But man, if they pull this off, get ready, y'all. Because those tokens are going to be worth a lot. And I mean a lot of money. And I'm not just talking about Pepecoin. And, I'm talking about also about the brain credits. And I'm talking about base AI. It's going to be insane. And last but not least, let's take a look at base AI. Because base AI has also gotten hammered and also sitting around $2.04. Again, guys, I'm telling you, this just doesn't seem right. There is just no way that both of these projects are just lagging this much. There's something else in the mix. And I think that there's some people that know what's happening and they want to fill the bags to the max. Once those bags are filled to the max, remember what happened. I don't know if you forgot already, but remember what happened before the burn event was going to take place. And there were like big crypto Twitter accounts that started just talking about Pepecoin. They just came out of nowhere. No mentions whatsoever for forever. And then all of a sudden, at the end, boom, they started going crazy. I am going to predict that that's probably going to happen again. But that's going to happen again when their bags are very nicely filled and comfy. I just sure hope that yours will be filled and comfy before theirs. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.